Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for today, August the 29th. We are starting off with many flares on the stage 1 for much blow up and no boom cannons. There is a boom cannon. It's right there, you can see it. But like all crazy kids doing the hippity hop music these days, we're going to avoid the shite out of it. Alright, well maybe... whatever. So, I kind of released the Kraken, which is my new name for my critters. I've decided, I don't know why. I've just dubbed them the Kraken. You know, release the Kraken, and then up the side they go. But I wanted to show right here, out of range of the boom cannon. There's no more critters. All the critters are gone. I was screwing around with the critters and just goofing off, and then I ended up having to like smoke and shock my own troops to slow down the attack so that we wouldn't win without... Anyways, all of the shit that I did on stage 1, don't do that. It's all ridiculous and all stupid and has really no place in any kind of gameplay. That's my strategy. Don't do what I just did. Go. Yeah, I'm not good at things, okay? Stage 2, actually, can kind of do the same thing. I was like, throw the shock, I don't care. Shock the cannons before I'm even within range of said cannons. I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, once you kind of go around that general path, you're going to be able to take out the HQ without too much trouble. Obviously time your shock so that as your tanks do approach the cannons, that's when you decide to shock. I know, it's crazy. It's this new strategy I'm trying. Stage 3, there is a big nasty boom cannon. That bad boy has about 6.5k on it, and it's parked right in front of the HQ, so you are going to have to deal with it. But the good news is, there's also a minefield right behind it. So, spread the love, you know, like, use artillery to take down the boom cannon if you can, and then, like, throw some barrage onto the mines, or however you feel you need to do it. But the boom cannon has to go down, and the boom mines should probably go, just to make things safer. Now, if you tuck up nice and tight in the right-hand side, kind of like I did here, you might not even have to take out those boom mines. Like, in all honesty, you probably don't have to at all. And your tanks will just shoot away from the side there, be nice and safe, and you'd have like one rocket launcher that's doing stupid things. And then we can move on to stage 4, which stage 4 starts amping it up. It's, you know, it's starting to get all kinds of next level on us. So there are shock launchers on both sides and boom cannons all over the right-hand side and crazy minefields in the middle of the map. And I figured, you know what? Middle landing it is. We're going to cut right down the gap? I don't know. You normally don't want to cut down the gap. The path. We're going to call it the path. I don't know before I start getting twisted off topic here. It's kind of nice because the way that things are laid out, it will kind of keep your tanks moving in the right direction in a fairly natural manner. Like the natural path will lead them towards pretty much exactly where you want them, which is just slightly north of where they currently are. There we go. And of course, yeah, the shock launcher on the right does get a little taste, but that's okay. And then you set up shop, and from here you can just blow up the HQ. That rocket launcher on the right-hand side is big and beefy, so if you've got your medics should be able to counter it. If you don't have medics, you may want to throw some GBE down at it, but apparently it has like over 12,000 hit points, so make sure if you're gonna try taking it down, you've got enough to actually take it down. If not, I guess maybe throw a shock or two at it, and medkits on your tanks, and eventually it'll all work out. And then we can move on to stage 5. Stage 5 is the exact opposite. It's got all of the boom cannons and shock launchers, and we've got to blow them all up. So, obviously, the boom cannon nearest the shore, I guess we can call it, gots to go first. Then there's the shock launcher boom cannon in the back. They gotta go too. Now, what I suggest, because the shock launcher has quite a few more hit points than the boom cannon, throw your barrages directly at that shock launcher, and then use your artillery to bridge between the two once they're down around like even hit points to finish them off. Then it's just a matter of going up the right-hand side and staying out of range of the shock launchers, because as you can see, there are still 2 shock launchers on the left-hand side of my screen. Well, one's visible now, but those 2 shock launchers on the left-hand side of the screen they're not going to kill you, they're not going to do anything horrible, but they're going to slow you down and be a pain in the neck. So if you just hug nice and tight over on the right, it makes life that much easier, you know, like it's just one of those things. And obviously from here you're gonna have a couple rocket launchers firing on you, but nothing horrible. Maybe the mortar will, you know, start pecking, because there's always gonna be that one YOLO tank that's like, I'm going forward, berg, and that's fine. Let the YOLO tank YOLO, whatever. If he dies, he dies. The important thing is you're going to get your win and your loot. And then we move on to Stage 6. And Stage 6, actually, today, I don't know. I don't know if Stage 6 was as hard as it felt it was, or if Stage 7 was just a really easy 7. Like, Stage 6 and 7, I put at the exact same difficulty. So I don't know if that makes it a normal 7 and a really hard 6, or a normal 6 and a really easy 7. But I guess it doesn't really matter. The point is, land on the left-hand side, start blowing up all the boom cannons and shock launchers and all the craziness. Hopefully you get a tank going around the outside, as I do. If not, toss critters up there, because it'll give you a bunch of GBE that you otherwise would not have. And you're going to probably want said GBE to blow up all of the different things, because there are a lot of them. And then once you get everything kind of cleared up in front of that boom mine, just before it starts shooting at you, pull all your troops up to the north, and then just go right along the top of the map, kind of like I'm doing right here, and hopefully you'll have the GBE to throw a stun or 2 into this pack of defenses just north of the HQ, because if you can, that will make for a nice, easy clearing, I guess. Watch out for the boom cannon in the south. As you can see, it is doing horrible things to my poor tank there. And it took a few shots before I even realized it was happening. That's what she said? Oh. So, anyways, once you've cleared out everything in the north, you should be able to take down the base with relative safety. It might have a few rocket launchers and mortars firing at your tanks, but you'll be out of range of all the really scary stuff, and you'll get yourself a nice win. I'm not gonna say easy, because I tell you, they make you work for it to get through that 6. And then we're on to 7. And 7, like I said, I don't know if 7's really easy today or what. I feel like 7 is a normal 7, what 7 used to be like 2 months ago, before all the crazy hard 7s started popping up, or I don't know, honestly, like, I feel like there was a window where there was some really nice, easy 7s that you could, like, go through, get your loot, and be like, yes. And then things got crazy hard, and it was like, oh, crap, things are crazy hard. Anyways, maybe I'm just crazy, because honestly, I've only had Dr. T available to me for like, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months now? Man, how long has it been? I don't even know. Alright, I'm gonna have to fact check this later. My gosh. So, I obviously rolled up, sent my tank straight after that boom cannon, blew it up, and then pulled everything all the way to the far right. This lets them take out the boom cannon, which needs to be done anyways, without having to throw, like, too many shocks and doing too many crazy things. But also, by sucking everything all the way over to the right-hand side, gives my medics a little time to kind of catch up on the damage that they received, so they can heal up and kind of get to a good place. And this is the part where I realized, oh, shart, I didn't blow up the shock launcher in the north. So you got the two I'm going to call them buddy boom cannons that I blew up at the beginning, and the shock launcher. All three of those mofos gots to goes. Because if it's just one shock launcher, my tanks are going to roll through here. Yeah, some of them are going to get shocked, but they're just going to roll through and blow up the shock launcher eventually. With two shock launchers, though, the whole line is just going to grind to a dirty halt, and that's kind of what we're trying to avoid. So yeah, I don't suggest leaving that boom cannon standing. And then I kind of let my tanks drift to the south a little bit, mostly just to get some extra GBE, because as you can see, there is still a boom cannon chilling just behind the HQ, and it needs to be blown up as well. Like, each of these boom cannons has 19,000 hit points, give or take. So, you know, they're pretty beefy. They got some HPs behind them for sure. And then all I did was come up and go into the top right-hand corner. I basically followed, like, the top line of the map. And that's all she wrote. At some point... oh no, that was on stage 6 that I lost the medic. I forgot to refresh my troops. Alright, good talk. So, maybe it was an easier 7 and a really hard 6. But if you do get through 6, definitely consider trying 7. It might be doable, hopefully, maybe-ish. If you've got higher level artillery and barrage, definitely. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully this has been entertaining. And most importantly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.